Alright guys, this is take number 1, episode number 1, the quarantine cook. So welcome to the YouTube channel guys. This is the first episode of what we're going to hopefully be doing as a series of quarantine cook, because it's come to my attention that some of you guys don't know how to cook food and you're probably getting sick of McDonald's and some other stuff, or maybe you bought some non-perishable food for the apocalypse, but the apocalypse didn't come, and now you got to eat that food that you bought when you stockpiled. So we're gonna start out with my favorite thing. The easiest thing to teach you how to cook is spaghetti and meatballs. This is not only a cheap meal, this is an easy meal, and even you can do it yourself. It's pretty easy. So let's dig in and get started. I'm going to move the camera here a little closer so you can see what I'm doing, because this is a pretty intricate process. So anybody can cook spaghetti and meatballs. That's pretty obvious, because all you really have to do is start by boiling water. That's step 1. You're going to need spaghetti. It's like ingredient number 1. And you're going to need some of this here sauce, or you can make your own. That's like a advanced, later episode we'll talk about that. For now we're using this cheap stuff and some frozen meatballs from Meyer. So anyways, this costs about, I don't know, $8? I don't know. Maybe if you break down all the individual costs, this is pretty cheap. Now, that stuff is pretty gross by itself. If you just cook that up, if you just boil water and you put that in there, that's not going to work. So we have to do some other stuff to make this special. That's what's going on over here. So I have a sauce pot. It's called a sauce pot. You make sauce in it. We're going to put this on the smaller burner here. And what I got is some chopped up onions, because I chopped up onions before I started the YouTube show, of course. And I got some butter. And so I'm also going to grab my garlic out of the fridge. And that's one thing that I forgot to get for you guys while that's boiling. Oh, I chopped up all that garlic already. Look. But no, seriously, I cheat. Use this stuff. It's awesome. It costs like $2. It comes ready to go. It's in this little container. You can put it in your fridge and it lasts forever. So anyways, what we're going to do, take a big slab of butter here. Toss that in the saucepan. Let this butter melt up a little bit. And we're going to just kind of let the onions and the garlic get to know each other before we do anything else. So that's the first thing that we're going to do over here in the saucepan. I also like, with these frozen meatballs, it's just so much easier, is you can toss them in a pan and just boil a little bit of water. So we'll go grab a pan. For the first episode of the cooking show, we're not off to like a bad start. You know, I've only forgotten a few things that we could have had preset. Had this been a, you know, professional cooking show and stuff. Yeah. But anyways, for those of you guys that are watching this video that are like, Travis, we know how to make spaghetti meatballs. You're an idiot. You're wasting our time. You're wasting your time. You are still watching the YouTube video. So I'd just like to point that out to you right now. Keep watching, like and subscribe, because they will get better. This is like the practice video. So we'll see what goes here. We got the butter. Ooh, look at that butter in there. It's just starting to melt. Put this on like, I'm going to say like a medium heat. And, you know, you don't want to burn any of these ingredients. You don't want to burn the onions. You don't want to burn the garlic. So you need just the right temperature for this all to happen in. Now, if you think that you can make your own spaghetti sauce, put the thing in the comments. Put the recipe in the comments. We will check it out. We will try to make it. That's going to be one of our other projects. We'll do that another day. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. I've never done it myself. I cheat. But we add some stuff to it. And it's usually pretty good. Now, my wife, you know, she's probably better at this than I am. She's got more experience, more years in. But when I have to cook, and it's my turn to cook, this is my go-to because I can literally do this almost asleep. And I'm training children to do this. If they don't know how to make it, I'll make them watch this video, and then they'll for sure know how to make it. So, our butter is ready here. What we're going to do is we're going to toss these onions in there. Get them going. Turn up my heat a little bit here. Put some of this garlic in there. I don't even look. I just pour garlic in there. You could never have too much garlic. I learned that from lots of shows that I watched. That's like the default way to learn stuff nowadays, is just watch YouTube videos or watch a show about it. So anyways, I have this smaller pot back here. We're going to boil this water, and I'm going to chuck in some meatballs. Now, if you're really on a budget, you can ration out these meatballs. We'll put a specific number of meatballs for each individual. We're going to only give them what we're going to give them to eat. We ain't going to make no extra. These bags are resealable. You can make many meals of spaghetti out of like a $10 bag of meatballs. So I love these. Now, you can also get fresh meatballs. And that's also an advanced technique that we'll probably won't need to make another spaghetti one, but maybe we'll make meatballs as one of our episodes. So stay tuned. We'll put a pin in that for later. Alright, so the key I've learned the hard way is to time everything out just perfectly. So if you do all this stuff in the sequence I told you, your oven should be preheated, because I'm going to make some garlic bread. Yeah, we got garlic bread too. Texas toast, Walmart edition. Stuff's like $2. Super cheap. Super cheap. Kids will eat it, and you can make it yourself. So, you know, that's that. Now, another pro tip. Now, we don't do this in my house because we don't have any of it, but you could add like venison into this, or veal, or some other good stuff too, if you have it laying around. But we do not have that. I'm just going to bring the camera in here. I want to make sure you guys see what's going on down at the ground level. Plus, I want to make sure I get to use my new tripod. I mean, this thing is pretty snazzy. So, we got everything's going on down here now. The water's starting to boil. Our garlic and onions, look at that. That's gonna be good. That's like the sauce base. For me, I call it the sauce base. But that's another story. Alright, well that is going on. We're gonna get the Texas toast going. If you don't know how to make this is pretty sophisticated stuff. On the box, it actually tells you how to make it. Preheat the oven, 425. We did not read the box. It's a good thing we read the box now. We got the wrong temperature. Check that. Alright, cool. 5 to 7 minutes in the middle sheet. So, my noodles are going to take 5 to 7 minutes. My garlic bread is going to probably take 8 because I have a terrible oven. I don't want to you know, possibly lose any future sponsorships from anybody, but Whirlpool My electric range is not ideal. Not cooking show caliber. Now this is a rental house that I pay a relatively low amount of money to live in. So, you know, the stove works. It is what it is. But if you wanted to send me a new range, we would do Whirlpool, gas, KitchenAid. Just saying. Just a thought for the future. But anyways, you know, you are not going to find a Gordon Ramsay cooking show that talks about how to make spaghetti, because they're going to say, everybody knows how to make spaghetti, Travis. You like make some pasta and you crank out some noodles and you do all this other stuff. I'm not really sure what's involved. In my kitchen, cooking involves taking some stuff out of a box that we bought at Walmart and chucking it on the stove and eating it. That's my house. I don't know about your house. I don't know what kind of fancy gourmet cooking you got going on there. But right now, this is what we got. And if you're living in quarantine, this stuff is gonna last forever. If you bought a lot of spaghetti before this apocalypse, you should be set now. You should have a ton of it. We couldn't buy very much of it, but we bought what we could. We got it. It's a staple. We eat it once a week in our house. So we have some other recipes we're going to work on for some other things in the future. That are like our favorites. Cinnamon rolls. I feel like we're going to make cinnamon rolls. We're going to make definitely cheesecake. There may be a certain restaurant that makes this certain thing that I'm going to make that also is named after that thing. It's like a cheesecake factory type thing. I will make that, and I will make lasagna. We just made lasagna like a couple days ago. It was pretty awesome. And I didn't have the camera, and I didn't have a YouTube channel. I wasn't this big celebrity that I am now. I mean, making spaghetti, they do not teach you this at culinary school. But you should learn this. It's very important. Because when you have kids, I mean, you cook spaghetti. You ain't trying to make no fancy stuff for the kids. You can do that when they're gone. So anyways, we have this garlic and onions, and they're just in love right now in this pan. Just stewing a little way away in that garlic. It smells great. You do not want that to brown. You just want to do this until the onions are clear, and then stop. Put your sauce in. So everything is going on all at once here. Everything is cooking. Everything is going to be done in like 7 minutes. And you're going to ask me, Travis, how are you going to know when the spaghetti's done? I've already heard somebody in the house give you the secret of my recipe. But, yeah, that's right. We're going to throw it on the cupboard, because that's what we do. Alright, our onions. Can you see that in there? Ooh, look at them babies. I hope one day there's a future YouTube where you can smell what I'm cooking. Literally, that'd be awesome. So anyways, we have basically a 5-course meal here. It's like, you know, 4-course meal. But you just put it all together. Some pasta, some vegetables, some meats, and some bread. That's what they mean when they say 5-course, right? I don't know. Maybe that means that you have 5 different things served to you. I'm not sure. My producer off camera is telling me that's what that means. I've only had one of those types of meals out in California, and I really wish that I was back in California right now So if anybody is looking to hire a head chef for a cooking show based out of California, I am your guy. Just keep that in mind. Or network administrator. I could be network administrator or cooking show extraordinaire, whatever. I'll do whichever. I'm not gonna be picky at this point. If it gets me on the coast, that's all that matters. So this is about ready here, just about ready. Our meatballs are looking good. I think we're gonna kill the heat on them babies. All this stuff comes out of a box and it's cheap, but it will taste good. So I highly recommend you try this. Next time you're cooking some stuff at home, if you're thinking about like, I'm gonna make a Jack's pizza, which costs $2.50, put some extra mozzarella on it. Put some extra pepperonis on it. That's the kind of show the quarantine cook is bringing to you. Practical advice for your quarantine life. Now, yeah, eventually we're not going to be in quarantine anymore, you say, and you're going to be like, Travis, I want to just eat normal food again, and I want to just go out to restaurants and stuff. But if you watch the quarantine cook, you will not want to eat at restaurants anymore, because my food's going to be better than that restaurant. You watch. And basically, it'll be fresh. You ain't going to eat something that somebody prepped up a couple days ago, came out of a bag, you know, that's all nasty. No. I'm not picking on any major chain restaurants or anything, but there is nothing exciting going on there. You can do all this stuff yourself at home for much less money. Alright, now I'm going to set a timer, because by the time that this timer goes off, this shit's going to be done. And if I can't say that word on the show, they're going to have to edit it out later. But parental advisory. This show will tell you how it is from time to time. And then, so we're going to also do this. Italian style vegetables. This is a meal ready side. This is some stuff that is basically ready to go. We're just gonna throw it in the microwave for a little while. It seems to think that I should do all this stuff. I'm just gonna throw it in the microwave.
You're supposed to add it to the sauce.
Huh?
You're supposed to just add it to the sauce.
Yeah, but the vegetables are frozen.
They wouldn't have been if you would have added it to the sauce right away.
I haven't even started the sauce just yet.
Well, then there you go. It'll be fine.
Alright. My producer is determined that it's time to start the sauce. And that's right. On this YouTube channel, I have a producer. Why do I have a producer on a YouTube channel that has no sponsors?
Because you put it right on.
Yeah, she's my wife, so technically I can make her work for free and I don't have to pay her. It's like kids too, you know, you can make them work for free too. Yeah, they don't always work for free in my house. Literally, it's a give and take. It's like a bartering system involved at some point. So, anyways, we'll get this going. I'm thinking about 5 minutes. The key to the sauce is to not have the heat too high, because it will bubble on you and it will make a mess. And if you're like me, you probably won't clean it up for sure that day. Maybe not for days on end. Your wife will be upset with you, and we don't want that. So make sure make sure that we don't do stuff like that. So keep this, turn this down a little bit below medium. Our noodles are going every once in a while. You want to go in these noodles and just kind of stir them around a little bit. Get them off the bottom. Move them around. Make them happy. Now, the other thing about the noodles is, we have now gotten to the point where we know exactly how many noodles we need to make. Every time that we're making this, we know. So, it makes things pretty easy to just make 2 boxes. If you don't need 2 boxes, don't make 2 boxes. You can make this as 1 box, and it would work just the same. Now, some people like to combine the meatballs and the sauce. We don't do that at this house all the time. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but usually certain people like it separated. So we'll appease them and we'll keep everything separated, but you can definitely combine your meatballs and your sauce. Give that a nice little stir. And these are 2 other things. Next time you go to the store, if you don't own these 2 things, this is a pepper mill and this is a salt mill. You should have these in your kitchen, even if you're a terrible cook, because when you put salt and pepper on stuff, it makes you look fancy. And it tastes way better than regular salt and pepper. Maybe that's the first reason that you should buy them. The first reason you should buy them is because they taste better. The second reason you should buy them is because they look fancy. But buy big ones. They come in handy. And I have an electric one. If any of you guys work for a company that makes electric salt and pepper mills and you want to sponsor the channel, just know that I would love to have an electric salt and pepper mill. And if we get hooked up with it, we'll put the link in the description. Just keep grinding. Let's do this for a long time. There's never too much pepper. I'll put a little salt in here. This is sea salt, pink Himalayan salt. Supposed to be other. It's expensive. There's a whole documentary about pink Himalayan salt. It's quite interesting. You should watch it. Pink Himalayan salt. That's the good stuff. Let's try this here. Tastes terrible. I wouldn't serve that to my worst relatives, but it'll work. Why did I say that? I'm cooking it. It's got vegetables in it. Too many vegetables. It's another pro tip. Flip these things upside down while you're cooking and let them sit, and all the sauce will drop down to the bottom. You gotta get every last drop of that sauce out of that bottle. That's the good stuff. Alright, my dingers are dinging. Woo! Spicy meatball. Alright, so this has got to be the longest how to make spaghetti YouTube video ever made. And the most expensive. I bought this camera just to make this one YouTube video. Alright, I chucked the spaghetti at the cupboard and it does not stick. It is not cooked yet. How do you learn that? Your grandma teaches you tricks like that. That's how I learned that it works. If it doesn't stick, it's not done. I was trying to think of some kind of like, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit, but I don't have any ideas on that one. So it's like 7-ish minutes, something like that, for making this. It's not an exact science, but that's what you need to do. That's about it. I mean, basically, at this point, I feel like you can go home and make your own spaghetti. I mean, basically after this, you just gotta drain the water and eat it. And if you need me to teach you how to do that, I can't help you. But thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. There's gonna be better videos, you know, in the future. This is a trial run, so peace out.